Hello. I seriously feel like I forgot how to even like do intros, if I'm being honest, but hello. Today we are going to do an everyday summer beat, but like not like a full glam. Honestly, very little effort. Hold on. Just hold on real quick. I forgot about my laundry. We are gonna do like an everyday summer beat. I honestly should say end of summer because baby, it's like end of summer. But beyond that, we've got some good lighting going on. I got some life updates I want to share with you. I have so much to talk about, and we have some new makeup, okay? And even though it looks like a lot, guys, we're still gonna do a very minimal beat. I'm not trying to do too much today. I'm not doing a lot. I just missed you. I want to chit chat, and that's basically it. And also, my beauty blender is dry. Oh, and we're doing laundry. I love my life. I hope you're feeling like you want somebody to just talk at you today, because that's what's gonna happen. I've just been feeling so overwhelmed, and I know I'm not alone in that. I know there are some of you out there who are like, yo, same. I know a lot of moms. We tend to feel this way when the kids are out of school. And that is so normal, that's so average, that's so girl, I can relate type of energy, because your kids being home when you're already used to like a slow morning or a quiet morning, and your kids are just kind of like always there. And it's not that you're not used to that, because obviously they're there on the weekends, but you guys know what I mean. Like there's a lot going on. And me personally, having a newborn and not expecting the newborn to come as early as she did, it's just been crazy. Crazy boots. What am I using? I literally just opened this. I got this in VR yesterday. This is the Drunk Elephant Amino Rain Glass Water Serum. This is to awaken and luminize, which I need that. I have been writing all morning. Well, I got here and I straightened my hair, and then I sat down and I wrote a little bit, not a lot, guys. Like I maybe wrote 300 words. My laptop is literally still open and my writing software is like on there, but I was like, you know what? I just want to sit down and like kind of decompress from it, because the writing has been overwhelming, Mary. That's another thing that has me really down, is I am at that point now where I'm so close to the finish line. Like I am literally senses away, it feels like, from finishing my first draft of my very first debut novel that is literally in that laptop right now. Oh, it's so crazy to think about. But it has me feeling like really imposter syndrome. Like, is it gonna be good? Are people gonna want to read it? Is it gonna suck? And if it sucks, what am I gonna learn? Or is it just like, you should just give up on writing altogether? Which, oh, that makes me so sick to my stomach to think about. But as a creative, you have to remember, and you have to tell yourself day in and day out, and give yourself permission almost to suck at something. Like, it is okay to suck at something, and just continuously remind yourself that it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And a lot of the journey is sucking. Like I think about how when I started YouTube, baby, I was not good at YouTube. I don't even think I'm good at YouTube now. Like for those of you guys watching, baby, why are you here? I mean, I appreciate y'all, don't get me wrong, but like, why are you here? Please leave in the comment section down below. What is going on? Do you guys see that? My bracelet literally just fell. And I was over here trying to be cunty and cute and accessorized. This serum is really nice. I'm not the biggest Drunk Elephant stan, but when I am, it's like I'm obsessed with the product. They either like give me something that I'm like, or I use something and I'm like, wow. And this is such a wow. Like, look how luminous my skin looks. But again, touching back on the emotions, I've been feeling very overwhelmed, very overstimulated, and I think that in large part has contributed to why I feel like I'm just not doing enough. And I talked about this on my last vlog, I think like a week ago, that I was just not feeling like I was showing up genuine, because I just felt like I was not doing good, and I still have that lingering. I don't want you guys to think that, oh, like she's fine again, because it's just not true and it's not realistic. And I want you guys to know, like, it's okay not to be okay. I think Selena Gomez said that, but you know who else said that? Me. And Selena Gomez and I were basically the same person. So I don't know if I'm hyper aware of my dryer, but now I'm hyper aware of my dryer. And like, she's a loud little bee. But I had to get laundry done today. My laundry was like overflowing, and since I knew I was gonna come to the loft to work, because I really had to get a lot of stuff done, the word count, the vlogging, the honestly getting out to just kind of have a change of scenery. Since I knew I was gonna come and do all that, I was like, might as well get some laundry done at the loft. So I brought laundry from home to do here because she's a mom, she's a writer, she's an entrepreneur. Do we all have a case of the sillies today? Or I don't know if I'm just kind of like trying to mask my overwhelm by having a case of the sillies. Either way, we got a case of the sillies. But since we're here, we kind of already touched on it. Let's talk about the writing. I know so many of you are so excited, like so excited. It makes me so excited that you are wanting to know more about the novel, and I'm probably gonna do a like sit down Q&A, what you guys want to know about my novel, and I will tell you kind of what I can. By the way, my novel is set in Sacramento, which I'm very proud about, and I'm very excited because I love my city. I just do. When people ask me like what you love so much about Sacramento, or why are you so proud to be from Sacramento, I don't even know what to say. It's just, it's home. Where I'm from, it's a melting pot. It's beautiful, it's creative, it's genuine. Like, it's just full of genuine people, and I just love it. Okay, and making so many of the landscapes that I see every day, like the Capitol and the Tower Bridge, like such a core part of my novel. I'm honestly so excited to share, and it's just I am so excited. Writing has been going very well. I'm very happy with where I took this novel. I had never written a novel before. Like I said, this is my very first novel. I've never sat down and taken on a project of this monstrosity, this monstrous size. I have written screenplays before, which now I can 100% tell you both are different beasts. But writing a novel has proven to be something that is so much more difficult, at least to me. After writing a few screenplays and then moving on to a novel, babe, it's a different beast. So yeah, for those of you guys wondering how I got the idea of this novel, you know what, I'll save that for the Q&A. Okay, if you guys want a Q&A of the book, comment down below, Q&A of the book, or just a little book emoji, and I'll know what you're talking about. It was originally a screenplay, and it's still a screenplay, and I still hope to make this either a film or a limited series, but I decided to turn it in. This is not the brush I wanted. I decided to turn it into a novel after my management team was like, have you ever thought of actually turning one of your screenplays into a novel and selling a book and seeing how that would do? I remember instantly in that moment, it was an automatic yes. And I didn't even have a response for her. Like, she was like, well, why haven't you done that? And I was like, I don't know. But now it's my hyperfixation. And now I love the book way more than the screenplay. I mean, Stephen King did say, kill your darlings, babe. I hope you like the lighting right now. I like it. I'm literally just working with natural light. I'm sitting in front of my big windows and just holding on to a prayer that you guys still think I'm cute. But the novel is coming together and there is an end in sight. I really want to publish this by January of 2026. That is my birthday. I know it is such a ambitious goal, but I told myself I was not gonna go any more further into my first draft further than the fall, and then in the winter really focus on publishing it and hopefully get it to you guys by January 2026. I know you guys have been asking about beta reading and all that. I definitely want beta readers. I promise you, I am keeping you in mind. I'm keeping you in mind, and that is going to happen. However, that is a few steps down the road. Whew, I'm just speaking, I'm just so excited. Okay, and I have been feeling better about sharing my writing, which could never be me. Like 3 years ago, I would have never. 3 years ago, I would have never shared even a sentence. I was so scared of sharing this, like it was a deep, dark secret of mine, even though it wasn't. I've always told people I want to write, and I want to write for movies, and I want to write for TV shows. But and even then, I wasn't like, oh, I want to be an author. But even then, there was a curiosity for it. So I think when my management brought it up, it was almost like I was given this invisible permission that I could finally do it. But I was meant to tell stories, and whatever medium I can, I'm going to take an opportunity. Like, I'm going to take that opportunity. I got these new NARS sticks. Again, I got them at PR yesterday. I got Orgasm, Crave, and Swing, which I think these are blushes, but they said they're multi-use sticks, so I think you can use them on the eyes as well. I might actually use Orgasm Crave on my eye. She looks like a cutie patoots. If I can find the right proper brush for it. What else can I share about the novel? Honestly, not much. Now that I've told you guys that I want to do like a Q&A, now I'm excited and I'm hot on the Q&A. I'm gonna allow you to ask me anything. Okay, so follow me on my Instagram if you guys aren't already, and I will post like a little question thing for you to ask me questions for that video when it is time for that video. Another video I know you guys have been dying for me to film, and like you guys ask me questions and I still get DMs, and I don't know if I love this look for me right now. I don't know if I like this on my eye. It's okay, we'll alt delete that. I'll just use my Rare Beauty little bronzer to fix the situation. But my postpartum Q&A, that has also been one that I've seen a lot of DMs and a lot of like comments that have been like, so when is that happening? Because I did a first trimester, second trimester, third trimester, and I told you guys I was going to do a postpartum Q&A, and I know I've been lagging on that, but it will come, I promise. I'm still going through the emotions of it, and I know that's why I've been so emotional. I've been so like, what is going on? Like, why am I so frustrated some days? And like, why do I just want to cry some days? Or like, why do I feel like I'm not amounting to anything in these 31 years of my life? I know that all still attributes to postpartum depression, all the things that a lot of people still feel like it's taboo to talk about. So because I want to come at you with such a general responses, I kind of wanted to not film that immediately. I mean, maybe there is some benefit to filming it while I'm still technically postpartum, but I did want to like live in it a little bit to really give you guys solid answers and not leave you guys feeling like, well, I can't relate to her. Because baby, the comments I'm seeing, the stories I'm reading, oh, we can relate on a lot when it comes to motherhood. When I found my tribe of emergency C-section mamas on here, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not alone. It literally felt that way. I am just hopeful that Morphe has really like upped their formulas. Oh, this is pretty packaging, Mary. Because I mean, not to be like Morphe was on their Floptina, but they kind of were on their Floptina. Like, no hate, no shade. So I'm hoping these like formulas are a little bit different and they just give a little bit more. Why am I feeling 2016 influencer makeup video right now? So we're gonna go into our transition shade. You guys, I was a 2016 influencer. Isn't that wild? I know so many of y'all are like, I miss that, Gloria. You know who doesn't miss that, Gloria? This Gloria. I'm so happy I stepped into like vlogging and more so lifestyle, and now like finally, I was gonna say exposing, but like, yeah, like exposing my deep dark secret of wanting to be a writer, and I'm in my writer era and I'm vlogging and recording that. It feels good, it feels genuine, it feels right. These eyeshadows are not bad. Well, at least this one matte one that I'm using. I really want to try a shimmer. Can we talk about how I have 3 kids now? Because when did that happen? Like sometimes we'll all be on the couch, it'll hit me and it'll catch you off guard. Cause I'll have Maverick in my arms. I'll have Jameson either laying on me or jumping around me because I am a human jungle gym. And I'll have Autumn literally like laying on my lap or sitting right next to me, and we'll all just be like watching Bob's Burgers or something. And it hits me and I'm like, what? This is wild. Like, I'm a mom of 3. I don't know about you, but I have 3 kids. Wild. I am a mom of 3. I have a preteen. I am writing my first novel, which again was not a small feat. It's not a small feat. And I'm, what? I look at my mom who had 6 kids and I'm like, did it ever hit you like you just sat down one day and you were like, I have 6 kids. Like, when did this happen? And she was like, oh yeah, all the time. Would be making dinner and like making these huge pots of food for a family of 8. What? There are so many things that are so brand new to me as being a mom of 3, but there are also so many things that I honestly can tell you like I'm such a vet at, and I love that. Like starting new journeys in life and becoming not a pro, because I don't think anybody ever becomes a pro at being a parent. Like, if I'm just being real, I don't even think that's possible. I'm constantly asking my 60-year-old mother for advice, and even sometimes she's like, girl, I don't even have the answer to that, and I got like 20 grandkids at this point. For example, I honestly could have told you and sworn up and down I'm a vet. thought I was a bit at like breastfeeding because I nursed my daughter, Autumn. I nursed her until she was 9 months old. I nursed Jameson until he was 6 months old. I could have sworn up and down that I was a vet at breastfeeding, and I was a certified lactation consultant, Mary. No, Maverick has told me that there is in fact a whole new world, and in this world you can get milk blebs and they hurt. When did I sign up for this? This one caught me off guard, and this one I can honestly tell you shook me in the best way. Like I could cry thinking about it. So last night I went to I went to tuck Autumn in, and I try to do this every single night. I just want to touch base with her. I just want to talk to her. It's one-on-one. I don't really tuck her in because she doesn't really like to be tucked in, but it's kind of just our time to kind of have a small little chit chat. Sometimes it's like 10 minutes, sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's literally like a few seconds. I go into her room and it's just me and her. I could tell she's like kind of being quiet about something, and she turns to me and is like, are you gonna say goodbye to me tomorrow when you go to work? And I was like, Autumn, I say goodbye to you every single day, but I try not to wake you up. And she goes, well, you don't wake me up. You don't kiss me, you don't hug me, you don't come into like my bed area even, like you don't come near me. And it shook me so much because Autumn is not a morning person at all. She's the type of person you want to stay away from in the mornings, if I'm being completely honest. I love my kid, but I know my kid. So it really shocked me to hear that, and I was like, Autumn, like I open your door, I try not to make a lot of noise, and I always say, bye baby, have a good day. I hope you hear me, I hope in your sleep that you hear me, but I never just leave the house and just walk out and I don't acknowledge you. Like that's not how that works. And she's like, well, it kind of actually hurts my feelings that you don't wake me up and you don't give me a kiss or you don't give me a hug. And it shocked me. And just this morning I saw this quote on Instagram from this girl. I wish I had the post, and I didn't even save it. I literally saw it and like scrolled past it. I just let it touch me, but I didn't save it. And it literally was like, the oldest daughter, the most independent daughter, the daughter that you always thought could do it all, but always wanted a little more from you. And that's literally how I feel about Autumn. Like she is my most independent kid. And I don't just say that because she's the oldest. I say that because she's always been so strong in her personality, so strong in her character, and such a resilient human being. I feel that I forget that she is a kid sometimes that just wants her mom. It really, like, it kind of hit me like as I walked in to bed. I just kind of laid down for a second and was like, oh my goodness, like my baby still needs me. And even though she might seem like she's not happy in the morning, and she's not, like she's really not a morning person, guys, but she still wants her mom to give her kiss before she goes to work. And that's like my baby who is now 12 years old, but was once my baby who reached out for me. This is the way that my 12-year-old is reaching out for me and being like, hug me mom, hold me, literally kiss me before you go to work. And I'm over here thinking that I'm doing the right thing by not disturbing her, by giving her like her sleep and not waking her up. And this morning I made it a point, before I left, I made it a point to walk into her room and give her a big kiss on her forehead, and to make sure she woke up, felt my presence. And I told her I loved her, and I told her I wish she had a good day. I told her her mommy Yoya was gonna come over. I would be home around 4 o'clock. And you know what she did? She literally goes, okay. But I'm hoping later she is more appreciative. I did what she asked, and my baby needed me. Aww. We really do need to talk about how back to school is upon us, and there is nobody on this planet that is more excited about that than my 4-year-old son, Jameson, which I so badly want to say Harrison, which if you guys listen to the podcast, you know why. But I also did kind of touch on this on the podcast. By the way, guys, I am going to use the other NARS stick as my blush. This one is in Swing. I just saw this pink and immediately was like, yeah, that's the blush for the day, that's the vibes. This is a very like Nicki Minaj pink. Like I was saying, Jameson is so excited for back to school. So excited. He never even wanted to leave summer school. So for those of you who are watching that don't know, my son has autism. He was diagnosed with autism when he was 18 months old. We love him. He's perfect in every single way, and his autism is honestly like awesome. Like my boy shocks me every single day of my life, and he is truly the most incredible. Like, adore him. Because of his autism, he has already been in like the school system. The state of California has kind of had him do school and therapy just so he can regulate himself in normal life as much as possible and kind of like assimilate and have the most normal life, you know, he can have, which I am all for. You guys, I'm gonna mix these blushes because both of them are actually so beautiful. I love that color. Not too bad. I'm not amazed. I'm not wowed. There's no wow factor to this, but it's fine. We'll get through it together, you and me. But like I was saying, Jameson has been in the school system. So he has been going to school since he was like, I want to say like 3 or 4, very young. But again, we wanted him to be able to assimilate to real life situations and not ever feel like he's being left out or being left behind. He has been doing great. Loves school, so much so that when summer school ended, every day, I'm not joking, every day, every morning, he wakes up and he turns to me or Brandon and he'll be like, school? Can I go to school now? And it's heartbreaking to be like, no buddy, like you still don't have school, you still have a few weeks left, and now I can be like, we're days away, dude. Tells me he loves to dance. By the way, I'm using this new Laura Mercier blush as the powder blush to go on top. This one is in the shade Rosé, which I think might actually go like perfectly with the NARS blushes that I didn't really love. But again, I'm telling him every day, like, yo, we are days away, dude, days away. And he is so excited. He loves school. He's the singer, he's the dancer. I always get notes from his teachers that like he's the boy that is the life of the party. Like such a joy in the class, and he has such a contagious laugh and a contagious energy, and it's so true. I'm not just saying that because I'm his mom, but Jameson really is just this light in our lives that we were so worried of at some point. Not his light, obviously, but we were so worried that the world wasn't gonna get to know our sweet boy like we know our sweet boy. But he lets it be known. Obviously, he has his moments. He's a 4-year-old boy. He's gonna have his tantrum and he's gonna have his big emotions. But he's getting really good about calling out his big emotions. And like, he'll tell me, like, I'm having big emotions. And I'm like, good for you, dude. Let's talk about it. Or like, what do you wanna do about it? And he's just such a joy. And I'm so excited for him to go back to school because 1, I know how much he loves it. But 2, yo, I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of those moms that like, I'm excited to have my mornings again. I'm excited to have my tea to myself and not have to share with like 3 other kids. And on the weekends, I'll share. I have this new mascara from Polite Society, the Legendary Volume Lift, or Greatest Lashes of All Time. I don't know if they sent me the sample size or if this is like how they just package their mascara, which honestly kind of work because I have heard that whole theory of like the smaller the container of the mascara, the better the mascara or the longer the mascara lasts. I don't know, there's something to that. Ooh, I can already tell you this brush. These brushes are not my favorite. They are just not. I don't know if you are a fan of these brushes, but not for me, babes. Not for me. I'm gonna be so honest. It's a mascara. It's definitely not wowing me. I don't know. There's that. These Morphe lip liners, I forget what they're called. They're the Morphe. This is Fresh Fig. It just says Color Pencil Crayon. I know they have a name. Whatever they are so good. I cannot get enough of these. I am becoming such a Morphe stan when I truly never really was. I love these lip liners so much. Okay, I have these little glossy, juicy peptide glossy lip balms from Makeup Revolution. The shimmer My Type Pink is looking like it's gonna be the one for me. I literally just got these in PR yesterday as well. And since I kind of had this inclination of I wanted to film this video, I put them in my little box and was like, I'm gonna play with makeup and I'm gonna talk. And that's what we've been doing. I'm such a great storyteller. Oh, that is pretty. That is such a pretty color. You know, one thing that I have been loving this summer is just a lip liner, lip gloss moment. And I love glosses like this for that purpose, like in a squeezy tube, because if I were to do a stylist, the stylist would obviously get a lot from my lip liner and put it back in the product. Oh, that tastes so good. That tastes like a watermelon lemonade from Chili's. And now I'm hungry. Yeah, I gotta tell you, I'm not crazy about this mascara. Also the blush, hello. I feel like I can only hear my dryer now. If I'm being 100% totally H, I don't know how I feel about this thing over here. It's a pretty color and the makeup didn't turn out the greatest, but it's not too bad, okay? And like I said, I didn't want to do anything too crazy. This is a real nice, like easy peasy summer beat. A lot of blush and then the lip liner with the gloss because we're just little chulitas out here. I don't even know if I want to put on my bracelet. It's just like hanging out.